I thought of somebody out here filming, looking at my stuff. Welcome to Redcon1 Cribs. This is IFBB Pro Sandoe and IFBB Pro Wicket Sandoe. Let's go. Come in. So unlike MTV Cribs, I don't live in a mansion because I'm only a bodybuilder. So I'm going to show you all my stuff, all my cool stuff, and my dog. This is the lounge. This is where I do all of my lounging, which means where I do nothing but sit there and melt into the chair and sleep. As you can tell by the decor, I don't live with a female, I live on my own. Otherwise there'd be flowers and nice things, but there's not. There's loads of Batman and comic books and stuff. There's no, it does need a female touch. Wonder Woman is a female touch, so that'll do. I'm quite the Batman fan, or just comic books in general really. And I've got a ton of statues and models and busts and things, so, but these are some of my favorites here. This is one of my favorite things in the house. This is you might be wondering what it is. My son made me this for my birthday last year, for my 30th. And it's a Lego version of me and what he said are my favorite things. So it's me, he made a Lego model of me. It's pretty accurate. I think it's a wrestler actually. He's got a belt on, he's got a beard. This is a pizza, although when I first saw it I thought it was an orange. It's not, it's a pizza, a cup of coffee, and a baguette. I don't really like baguette. I don't really eat baguettes, so I don't know where he's got that from. Although the other two are quite spot on really. I do like a cup of coffee and I love pizza. I just think it's one of the coolest armors. I got it because I'm just happy they put this on the screen. I never expected to see the Batman armor on the screen. This is another kind of Dark Knight Returns. This is the Dark Knight 3 Batman. That's my favorite version of Batman. Just huge, imposing, massive Batman. And there's Mjolnir. Everyone thinks it got destroyed in Thor Ragnarok. It didn't, it's just here. I would lift it up and show you, but it doesn't move. You can't lift it up. This is the #1 shelf of the house. This is, these are some of my comics. There's some more Batman up here. Again, the Dark Knight Returns. You probably noticed a little pattern here. Dark Knight Returns. It's my favorite graphic novel ever written. In fact, I do have a Dark Knight Returns. So this is from 1988, I think. Let's have a look. I was saying I don't really like opening it. Yeah, oh no, sorry, this is from 1986, and this is one of the first 100 printings ever of the hardback of the Dark Knight Returns, so that's pretty rare, probably worth quite a lot of money as well. Being the best shelf in the house, I've got a couple of pictures of my children. They're quite out of date, because my daughter's nearly 15. She won't let me take photos of her anymore without them going for a strict screening process of her deleting all of them. That's my son. I think he's about 5 there, he's nearly 8 now. Generation 1, Optimus Prime. I think this is again from 1986. It's a bit, I mean, I think I got it quite cheap because the box is a little bit damaged, but it's a little dusty. It's all still there. So I try and keep these relatively in order. So I have a load of Aquaman books here. I've got a few Superman books, Flashpoint, Power Girl, the entire New 52, Suicide Squad. I'm a huge Aliens fan as well. So I've got a load of Aliens books. I've got Watchmen here. Watchmen is obviously a classic. This is something, these are actually, I would consider one of my favorite comic book lines, which is the Ultimate X-Men. So there's 9 books, and then there's Ultimatum, where the whole thing ended. And if you're an X-Men fan, this is the best run of X-Men ever. In fact, there's right in the middle. I think 2 of the books were written by Robert Kirkman, who writes The Walking Dead. And talking of Robert Kirkman, I'm not the biggest Walking Dead fan. It's not his best work. His best work is this. Invincible. So I'll just pick a random one here. So this is Invincible, Robert Kirkman. Without a doubt, the best comic book I've ever read, ever. I don't know of any other story in comic books, in superhero comic books, that has 11 years worth of story, has a beginning all the way through to the end. He has a full character arc. Whole 11 years. One writer, pretty much only one artist as well through the whole run. So So there's a lot, it's just nice and consistent, and it's, like I said, it has a beginning and an end, which you just don't get these days. So one of the things that a lot of people neglect, especially bodybuilders, is like massage therapy and like myofascial release. I do see a therapist once a week, especially in the concert, but I also do a lot of stuff at home. So I have like a little mobility station here. So I got my big rumble roller. I've got some bands down here that I use for some mobility work. And I also have this big old broom handle that I use for shoulder mobility. It's something from my DC training days, there was an article written by Dante Trudell about shoulder health and using a broomstick and doing over and backs with it. So this is one of the reasons why I don't think I've got messed up shoulders. So yeah, in this cupboard I have another couple of other like rollers and lacrosse balls and things that I use. So I think it's important, if you're a bodybuilder, make sure you get your mobility stuff done, because you can do a lot of it at home. It's absolutely essential. Right, so this is something else you may or may not know about me, is I'm a drummer. I used to actually do it kind of at more of a professional level when I was younger. So I bought this a few months ago because I can't really play acoustic drums. It's a bit loud. So I bought this ATV kit, which sounds absolutely phenomenal. So this room is the spare room and also the kids' room. They don't stay too often, so it's kind of become my practice studio room. My really good friend Jordan Peters and his other half Corin made that for me about 2 years ago for my birthday. They had a hand made, it's obviously Supergirl and Batman, and they commissioned that for me. Had it painted and gave it to me for my birthday. Pretty cool, right? So I plug the drums into here, and it just comes up on there as MIDI, so I can record demos and I can record drum things for other people. So if anyone wants any drumming work done, let me know. It's a really nice way of winding down at the end of the day. So in the evenings when I've done all my work and I just want to have a bit of time on my own, I come up here, shut the door and just jam. It's good fun. Right, so this is the kitchen. Nothing really to report. It's just where I cook, really. I've got my little Bose speaker in the corner, so I normally put loads of obnoxiously loud music, and then me and the dog dance around cooking most nights, which is good fun. Just full of trunks, just posing trunk fruit bowl. That's how you know you're a real bodybuilder. The reason I've kept these is because Rudy, the Redcon1 Athlete manager, begged me to keep them because he wants these. So I've said, right, mate, listen, I'll do you a favour, I'll bring them out to Columbus, you can have them. So I bet you can't wait for that. Pre-workout meal. I will have 50 grams of carbs from rice. I will have 2 of these, the Belgian white chocolate and honeycomb cookies, the secret to a successful bodybuilder. 10 ounces of chicken. It normally comes out about 12 to 13 ounces when it's cooked, and then this little guy down here, he'll get the other spare ounces. Let's go check out the car. This is my truck. It was like my own little present for myself when I basically, probably about 6 months ago, I decided to upgrade, and I thought, it's gonna get this. Yeah, so it's got the, so normally it just has the little Ford emblem on there, but I requested the Ford Raptor body kit on here, so that's why it has the bigger wheel arches, the grill, or grate, whatever you want to call it. Is it a grill? It's a grill, isn't it? And then I also have a personalised number plate. Not because I'm a prick, because this was actually another birthday present of mine from my parents. Because never in a million years would I have bought myself a personalised number plate. It kind of sets the truck off pretty nicely. So yeah, people always say like, oh, how big are your rims? I can get a tape measure if you want. I don't actually know. I think they're maybe, honestly, I couldn't tell you, maybe 19-inch. I'm not a big fan of big rims. I said, just give me some rims that look cool, but make sure the tires are big, because that was what I was more interested in. If you look at this vehicle, the steering wheel is on the correct side of the vehicle, which is the right side. So if you've got it on the left side, you're doing it wrong. I think the only thing I'm not hugely keen about is the orange seats, but I think that's just because it's the Wild Track version. I don't like automatics either. I prefer driving stick, just like Batman drives stick, which is manual. I actually think the reason I don't like automatic, because my head is all over the place and I lose focus and I lose, not focus, but I get distracted real easy. I think if I drove an automatic car, it'd be so easy. I'd probably just crash it just because I'm not concentrating on driving. Parking sensors and a rear-facing camera, and for it to have a good sound system, and that's about it. Right, so you've come in and invaded my personal space. You've seen my stuff, you've seen my car, you've seen the dog. So from Wicket and I, from Redcon1, fuck off. Bye.